What are the global giants in the world? What are the problems that affect billions of people, not millions? Spiritual emptiness, self-centered leadership. There is an army of believers sitting in churches waiting to be mobilized. In 1944, 100,000 young people in brown shirts crammed into the Munich Stadium in Germany, the Olympic Stadium. And they formed with their bodies a sign that said, "Hitler, we are yours." And they nearly took the world. Back in the 70s, a group of young Chinese took a little book called The Sayings of Chairman Mao, and they committed it to memory, and they sold out, and they said, "This is the vision, and we will go, and we will give our lives for this." And China, the largest country in the world, is still communistic because of a few people perpetuated it in the Cultural Revolution. When I look at that, I think, what if Christians, what if just North American Christians would say, "Jesus, we are yours"? What kind of spiritual awakening could we see in our nation, in our world? What could God do through us if we didn't care who gets the credit? What could God do through us if we didn't care about our reputations? If we didn't care about getting rich? If we didn't care about being criticized? What could God do through us? The eyes of the Lord run to and fro throughout the whole earth to show himself strong in the behalf of God, those whose hearts are perfect toward him. God is looking for people to use. Friends, this is going to be a revolution. You see, over the years, as we've been training all these 400,000 churches around the world, we've built a network. And there are literally tens of thousands of other churches waiting to do what Saddleback has been testing the last 2 years. What is the vision for the next 25 years? I'll tell you what it is. It is the global expansion of the kingdom of God. It is the total mobilization of his church. And the third part is the dream of a radical devotion of every believer. Now, I choose that word radical intentionally because only radicals change the world. Everything great done in this world is done by passionate people. Moderate people get moderately nothing done. And moderation will never slay the global giants. In 1939, in a stadium much like this, in Munich, Germany, they packed it out with young men and women in brown shirts for a fanatical man standing behind a podium named Adolf Hitler, the personification of evil. And in that stadium, those in brown shirts formed with their bodies a sign that said in the whole stadium, "Hitler, we are yours." And they nearly took the world. Lenin once said, "Give me 100 committed, totally committed men, and I'll change the world." And he nearly did. A few years ago, they took the sayings of Chairman Mao in China, put them in a little red book, and a group of young people committed them to memory and put it in their minds. And they took that nation, the largest nation in the world, by storm because they committed to memory the sayings of the Chairman Mao. When I hear those kind of stories, I think, what would happen if American Christians, if world Christians, if just the Christians in this stadium, followers of Christ, would say, Jesus, we are yours? What kind of spiritual awakening would we have? Jesus said, I want you to do this publicly. So what I want you to do is take the card, and in just a minute, if you say, Rick, I am willing to serve God's purposes in my generation, I want you to open up to the sign that says, whatever it takes, whatever it takes. And I want you to just say, this is my commitment before God and in front of everybody else. I'm in. Then I would invite you to just stand quietly and hold up whatever it takes. I'm looking at a stadium full of people who are saying, whatever it takes, God.